Welcome everyone to Insights with C5 Insight. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Wave 1 for 2024, specifically around the customer service and field service items that are going to be available. Okay, so to start us off, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the items that's available for public preview April 2024. It is not available generally until September 2024, but that is mass sensitive data and prevent unauthorized access. Now, this sounds like a wonderful update. It is very general here, and it says some great things about enhanced customer trust, regulatory compliance, and secure environment, which we all know we already have. But it sounds like it's going to kick it up a notch. No details here yet as to specifics around that. However, this looks like it's going to be a great update around customer service.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sorry for the mix-up when I zoomed in. I zoomed in too far, too fast.
No, it's okay.
So, yeah,
no
hopefully
worries.
it looks better on the screen. All right, Patrick.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, cool. So I went digging in field service a little bit because it's been a minute since I had looked in here, and I came across this one. And as I'm reading it, I'm beginning to wonder, is it specific to field service, or is it also going to include some other D365 model-driven apps like customer service and other things besides just field service? But anyway, the idea here, the way I read it, is that much like the former D365 marketing app, now Customer Insights Journeys, allows users to opt into monthly updates as new features are rolling out throughout the wave. It sounds like field service is also introducing this option, and it is just an option, but they are going to create the monthly channel, as they call it, the default, but it reads as if users and organizations will still have that flexibility to retain the semi-annual or the twice a year kind of updates to be pushed into production automatically. And so that could be really exciting for people rather than having to wait till April and October to get some of the newer features that are rolling out. And I have found over there with the Customer Insights Journeys that it also includes a lot of good bug fixes along the way so that you don't have to live with those like we used to do, waiting on the major release dates to head out, or, for those of who are still on premises, or those of us who worked in that space until the next version rolled out and then you could install it on your servers. It was always very tedious, let's say, to wait for bugs to be fixed. So now maybe you only have to wait a month to see that fixed.
I feel like there's two camps of people. There's people who want it to just do this, and there's people who want to wait, which is great that they're given the choice. But I feel like some organizations just don't have the time to plan one way or the other, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, I like that they're giving us a choice.
Yeah.
I do notice as well, just to your point, Patrick, about if it's going to apply to all apps, at the very bottom, it says every existing D365 custom app has to be changed, which could be read as it's not only field service. So I'm really curious what the behavior is going to be like for other apps, for sure.
Yeah, and I was reading a little bit more on that link where the release channel overview there, and it sounds like they're going to offer tons of flexibility in terms of maybe only certain users opt into the monthly and other users can stay on semi-annual, and that, you can have all these different override levels inside the system depending on who the user is. So maybe like you have a test user or something in your environment, you set them on the monthly so you can see the effects of what's being pumped out and keep everybody else over on semi. I don't know.
That sounds terrifying.
I want to get in there. And, I know. It sounds like a lot of overhead for
it
admins.
Does, exactly.
And so I'm interested to see what it really is going to look like on the other side. So we'll have to play with that a little bit. But it's coming out GA in April. There's no preview. It's coming.
Happening.
Yeah, and we didn't mention that on Pages, the one that, so preview in April and then general. Maybe you did say that, Paige. I don't think so though. General in September. So maybe you did say that.
I said it at the beginning. It's okay.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's okay.
Okay. Next, over to Emily, I think.
Yes, you got it. Yeah, so this item definitely caught my eye. I certainly have questions on it as well. But so switching back to customer service, coming just generally available in April is the ability for multiple cases to be created from a single email. So if someone, a customer is emailing multiple queue-enabled mailboxes, perhaps two different mailboxes in the to field, maybe one is copied, multiple cases will be created for each mailbox. So I understand the benefit of this leading to hopefully a quicker response time to these customer cases. But my outstanding questions that I'm interested to dig into are mainly around, is there a relationship between these case records? What happens if one case is resolved? Like, are the others still open? And there's not a ton of information available on this, so I'm really intrigued to play around with this one when it comes out in April into GA.
And I think this was actually the one that inspired us to focus on customer service, because we were all kind of like, that sounds great, but how is it really going to work?
Exactly. Yeah, precisely.
Awesome. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Over to you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Malcolm. So for what I found interesting and caught my eye was regarding Copilot for Service, Microsoft Copilot for Service, provide meeting summary and follow-ups to create CRM tasks. I think this sounds very cool. It kind of blends two areas of my interest, customer service and Copilot, into one. And should be coming soon. It's public preview is March, which we are already halfway through almost, and then general availability in April. So essentially, living up to that Copilot name, having your AI right in the next seat, being able to create meeting summaries as the agents are talking to customers, taking down any action items and capturing important talking points so they can be reviewed later. The customer can, or the agent can, really focus on what the customer's needs are and dig into it without having to worry about, taking as diligent notes and being worried about follow-up. All of that will be handled by the Copilot. And then you can actually create tasks in CRM. So it says. It will be interesting to see how all that happens. I feel like I'm selling it, but I need to see how it works.
Same.
Yeah, I'm excited that you'll be able to do that right from the meeting recap and have those tasks created right in CRM.
Hey, Malcolm, I think it's worth, and Jennifer, if you were going to mention this, sorry if I cut you off. If you click on the Learn More, I was looking at this before we got on. Big call out to only US for the geographic area for this feature for now.
Good call out. Excellent call out.
Great call out. Yes.
I know we have a few Canadian clients, so we always have to be super careful about, hey, look at this cool new thing. And I suspect it has a lot to do with where the servers reside that handle the Copilot functionality. I would assume they're US based. And so I know some of the privacy laws in Canada prevent hopping servers across the border and things like that. So I'm not surprised to see that, but I suspect once they get traction on this, they'll start to deploy it on their other server farms around the planet.
Yeah, you would think. I have two major questions. Number one, first of all, how is it halfway through March, to your point, Jennifer? And number two, I couldn't help but think while you're talking through that, I wonder if people are going to name their Copilot. I haven't heard of this yet, but I wonder if people are going to be like, name their Copilot. And that comes from kind of a cheater question, because I know of a company who let its in-house Copilot, so the Copilot Studio sort of style, name itself and craft its own logo, which was really cool and clever. So I guess the answer to the question is yes, but I wonder if more will start doing that. So I'm going to jump into the one that I had, which is check configuration health in the admin center. And so much like Patrick's and even some of the other ones, I do question if this is specific to service or if this is just going to become a thing of the admin center. I certainly hope so, Microsoft. If you're listening, it would be neat to see this, this idea of being able to check in on the application. It's kind of sort of already there with the capacity and you can see what's using data, but I feel like there's so many more metrics we could understand flows that are running into constant challenges and things that are maybe inefficient and forms that are maybe too busy and things like that. So it'd be really neat to see that. This does seem specific to service, given that it references specific customer service issues that are caused by misconfigurations and call center flows and things like that. So this clearly is definitely service oriented, but I do wonder if it's going to expand beyond that. Interesting one. Also coming out GA in April of this year, which, as we just established, is right around the corner. So the other thing that I wanted to call out to everyone before we wrap up is, as you can see, our 365 Leadership Summit coming up in May of 2016. That was a long time ago. May 16th and 17th of 2024. So I'm going to leave that in because that was just a fun little mix-up of words. But if you're not doing anything, or even if you are, perhaps push it off and look into joining us for this summit. It's on the tail end of the fabulous DynamicsCon conference, and we're super excited to have some dedicated space to share tips and tricks and effective practices and all the great things that really aim to not just configure the applications, but to maximize your investment in those tools, because you spend a lot of time and money managing these tools, and it is absolutely critical that you're leveraging them for all they're worth. And we often see organizations who are challenged in that area because they don't have the capacity. And we love those scenarios to talk through how you can do just that, maximize everything that you're putting into it and get solid ROI out of it. So if you're not doing anything, visit the link. It's over here, here, and you can visit that link and have a quick look at some of the agenda. I think is posted now as we get closer. So again, coming up May 2024 on the 16th and 17th in Denver, Colorado. So we hope to see you there, and we hope you see more of us on upcoming episodes of Insights with C5 Insight. Thanks, everybody.